Okay, welcome back everybody. We are here to do other ending number 2, which is still on Jevite's side. So this time you want to get onto Jevite's route and then from there do any choices that would normally give you affection and do the opposite one. So no more affection for this boy once you're on his route. I've done the other 2 choices that appear after this in the negative sense, so I won't show you that, but we never did ask how many women he's tried to pick up, so I thought, if for some reason you're wondering what the number is exactly for this guy, I don't think he's gonna tell us, but, what's his reaction? Probably more flirting, to be honest. Let's find out. How many women have you tried to pick up before?
Oh, now that's interesting. It might be a little difficult for me to answer honestly, though.
You did it with such ease, I was curious. Was it rude of me to ask?
It's just that I'm not sure. They say the more shots you take, the greater your odds of success, and the more you do something, the more comfortable it becomes. But I don't like to measure my encounters with people by volume. Sometimes it only takes one to find your soulmate.
Soulmate? Do you have someone like that, Jevite?
Why? Are you interested? I'm happy to hear it.
No, I just learned at one of the seminars that you shouldn't become too intimate with someone who already has a partner.
Oh, really? A lot happened between us, and we haven't spoken in ages. It's funny. As much as I love our country's traditions, I'd completely forgotten how it felt until I met you.
That was a good one, Jevite.
It's true, though.
Uh-huh, sure. Incorrigible, I tells ya. Okay, well, I shall move forward, and I'll bring you in if something changes, or when we get to the ending. Okay, it's very, very quiet. I thought I had done the I'd let the law handle it option with Jevite before, and I think I have, but when I selected it, it would not let me skip forward. So maybe because we're on the other ending 2 track, something has changed. So here you go. I'd let the law handle it. If it were me, I would let the law handle it. I'm not sure I could trust my own judgment. Although, what if you tried talking with her about it first? She might have something to say for herself.
That may well be. One would have to be insane to attempt to murder their own child without good reason. Oh, you're right. I'll try talking with her, as you suggest. Given her standing, it could cause an uproar if the public suddenly found out what she did. I'll have to handle this through the proper procedures.
Okay, I guess that's that then. I don't know why it stopped there. That felt like it was the same old, same old. You know what? You guys can just hang around with me. We'll see if she gets bopped again, or... I'm like, there's gotta be an ending where she doesn't get killed by her son. Although, maybe he still is. It's just gonna be a different monologue. Okay, so this country will be yours.
Mine alone, huh? So it was you after all. I had my suspicions. I thought you might try something like this one day. I knew. Because we're family. Because we're connected by blood. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want it to be true. That you would kill the man you loved. But... it is true. After stepping over so many people to get where you are, how could you stop when the crown was just within your grasp? What people? What are you talking about? It all makes so much sense. Who could voice their objections once you became queen? You could have their heads for treason. But from your place in the light, you couldn't see how awful it was in the shadows. How often complete strangers would tell me, your mother is an ungrateful whore. There was even one man who said, she promised us a future together. It's frankly astonishing how low you were willing to stoop. And yet, I still can't believe it. I don't want to believe it, because we're family, but only I had realized sooner the king might still be alive. I'm a fool, just like you always said. I may not be able to change the past, but I can change the future. Starting now.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Now you die for your sins, Maeve.
Jevite, stop! Don't make me laugh. I told you to stop, didn't I? Stupid boy! Come on. What did you think would happen, jumping blindly into the fire like that? You don't understand me in the slightest, you fool!
I couldn't figure out what she found so funny. Maeve laughed gleefully without even bothering to wipe the blood from her mouth. I realized I was bleeding too. I tried to withdraw the dagger from my belly, but it was barbed and stuck fast.
Interesting. So he didn't call his brother in this ending, and he and his mom stabbed each other? Damn.
You're insane. I brought you into this world. If I'm going to leave it, then I'm taking you with me. I wouldn't want to leave my poor son all alone, would I? That's rich. You're still playing the doting mother act right up to the end. But I'm afraid you don't control me anymore. You'll have to make the trip without me. Helvete. I made a fist and punched my mother right in the face.
Damn.
She fell hard to the ground, and I climbed on top of her, wrapping my hands around her neck. I've never hit a woman before. I don't care for it. I prefer not to do it again. I've also never strangled anyone, or killed a member of the royal family. You should be happy. You brought me down to your level. Maeve groaned as she clawed at my hands with her long nails. The feeling of my skin being torn away was nothing compared to the knife in my belly, yet I felt no pain. This would have been much easier with a sword. You brought this on yourself. You just don't know when to quit. Her prized complexion turned a dark shade of red as her face filled with blood, making her almost unrecognizable. You're so ugly, Mother. Once I saw the light had faded from her eyes, I relaxed my hands. Finally. I felt dizzy the instant I stood up. Shoot. I just had to go and get myself hurt again, right when I was starting to feel better. He is going to be so upset. I took a step toward the door, but immediately felt like I was about to pass out.
Probably poison.
Last time this happened, one of the guards came running because he heard a noise. Just like the room itself, the corridor leading here was also off limits to all but the royal family. Nobody would even know I was injured. What are you stopping for? My words vanished into the silence without reaching anyone, including myself. I would have to get out of the room, down the hall, and through my bedroom to call for help. I knew what I needed to do, but my legs wouldn't move. I couldn't get them to respond. My vision was blurred, my heart beat thunderous. I was cold and in pain. A miracle was unlikely this time. It seemed like this was it. Well, that's all right. I somehow made it to a chair, collapsing into it like a load of bricks. I thought trying to remove the blade from my stomach would lessen the pain, but that wasn't what happened. It only made things worse. Blood spurted from the wound, coating the blade. No follow-through. That's always been my problem. Maeve was dead. She couldn't move or speak. Her future was in ruins. I had done that. So why is she smiling? Her face was bloated and unrecognizable. Her once celebrated beauty was gone. And yet, she wore an unmistakable smile. Of course. Because she beat me. I never won, not even in the end. Not once. I was always her tool, from birth until death. But still, in spite of that, I did my best, in my own way. I had written a will, just in case. I wrote it on the day my father was killed. I didn't have any regrets. Just like then, the country would be gripped by a sense of loss following my death. But that too would pass. Nothing more than a single star blinking out in the great history of Cainabel. The sun would rise again, and the reign of King Jereme would begin in earnest. My body might perish, but as long as there was a place for my soul to return to, I had nothing to fear. Oh, but I wish I could have spoken to you just one more time. You always cried so easily.
Wow. Okay, well, I could not have been any more wrong about him sparing his mom. It's just that they killed each other in the end. Wow. I'm curious who he's talking about, though, in the end, because I wouldn't call Cyrus a easy crier. So I'm wondering if he's talking about his brother instead. I mean, you know, Jereme is also very stoic, but I don't know. I'm curious. What do you guys think? What's the vibe? Do you think he's thinking more about Cyrus or Jereme at the end there? Or some other third party that I'm drawing a blank on? Oof. I would classify that as a bad end instead of an other end. I mean, unless the after credits happen and it's like Cyrus didn't know the rules and she was coming in to visit. She's like, oh God, he's bleeding out again. Which, I mean, could happen, but otherwise, I don't know. Do we get an epilogue? Is it a funeral situation? Do we say goodbye to Jereme? Condolences? No idea. I mean, every other ending has had an epilogue of some description, so we shall see. But yeah, I definitely would classify that as a bad end, all in all. So I wonder what about that made him not call his brother when he's called him every other time. Just like, you pick up women equals you, I should probably not tell my brother about this. Alright, what you got for me, game? Ah, okay. I felt like he was thinking about his brother. Jevite, you got my back. You telling me who you're thinking about?
My brother. I always felt such pity for you. I was precocious as a child, and knew my worth from a young age. Or rather, it was made known to me. My mother reminded me of it every chance she got. You are the rightful heir to Cainabel. The first prince has the blood of Kesharak in his veins. One stake of prejudice after another was driven into my soft, impressionable heart. At first, I took pleasure in looking down on him. I got all the love from myself, while Jereme was left isolated. The trigger was something small. I'd been scolded by my mother, and I was crying in the courtyard. Though I'd been at it all morning, no one had come looking for me. I was in despair, as children sometimes are. So I loudly proclaimed that I was going to die. though I didn't really mean it.
What happened?
Oh my god. Stop! They're babies! Ah! They're babies, Your Honor! Oh, they're so cute!
The whole lead up to this, I was thinking, man, I'm getting Ulrik Eltcreed vibes. And then they hit me with the babies. I'm like, this is definitely like a parallel to that Ulrik ending. Is it Ulrik or Eltcreed? I think it might be Eltcreed. One of Eltcreed's endings. Where he's like having flashback to when they were babies. Oh! I love this.
Why are you crying?
I was taken aback. Because he was a Kesharak. Because he was unclean. Because he was a false prince. I was surprised we even spoke the same language.
It doesn't concern you. Okay. The sun will go down soon. If you stay out here, you'll freeze.
I reflexively slapped away his outstretched hand. I glared at Jereme, both to intimidate him and to hide my trembling.
Don't touch me! Sorry.
The sadness in his eyes as he turned away filled me with regret. I had become just one more person who despised Jereme, and all he had done was show me concern. I had even been happy that he reached out to me. I'm sorry, brother. I never apologized for that. Maybe I just never found the right moment. It was such a trivial incident, and I didn't want to remind him of those days. So I did my best to show him how I felt, in my words and actions. I didn't care about his bloodline. Blood does nothing to stave off hunger. A country thrives on wisdom. My wise elder brother deserved the throne. I want them to know that. Everyone who used to treat you so harshly. Myself included. What are you doing here, King Jevite? Good evening. Just staring out at the sky. Look, brother. The moon is particularly beautiful again tonight. If only I could have given you a proper apology. I'm sorry, brother. Well, I wish you the best.
Oh, man. An episode unlocked because of that? What does that mean, though? I was really hoping, and maybe it's gonna happen in the extra episode, that Jereme would come and find him again and reach out. And that would be the thing, because that would be kind of nifty, I think. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I think that'd be pretty cool. Trying to see if any of these look like the bedroom. Not really. Is this the medical room where Jevite was being worked on before? Or is this a different place? I can't remember now, because I'm like, maybe that? I don't even recognize where this is. Oh, but we had the babies! They were babies! I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna tuck that away for a rainy day, though. Because maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm depressed now after that. All the flashbacks and the backstory of the two. That's great. I wanted more of that, so I'm glad they incorporated that into that ending at least, because I feel a little more satisfied. So, grand on that count. Jevite hasn't actually died yet. Maybe it happened off camera, but maybe it didn't. Maybe his brother came to save him one last time, and I choose to believe that until proven otherwise. Alright, so we're 2/3 of the way in. We got one more other ending to do. I'll see you there, guys.